Hello students, I am Ashish De. I am taking one of your subject, that is digital signal processing. In my earlier video, I have discussed about discrete time system and their classification. I have discussed the total three classifications. They are basically causal and non-causal system, static dynamic system, linear and non-linear system, time variant and time invariant system. In this video, I want to discuss about representation of an arbitrary sequence. Now, any sequence in discrete time signal in discrete time domain can be represented by x of n, where n indicates the discrete time index, right? So any signal xn can be represented by this formula: k equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into delta n minus k. Now what is delta n minus k? This is basically shifted unit impulse function. Okay. What is the definition of delta n minus k? What is the value of delta n minus k? Delta n minus k equal to 1 for n equal to k equal to 0 for n not equal to k. This is shifted delta function or shifted impulse function. So any signal xn can be represented by this formula. Let us take an example. Suppose we have to represent a signal that is given by xn equal to 4, 2, minus 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5. So this signal is given. Arrow is here. So it indicates the value of n equal to 0 here. Okay. So we have to represent it using this formula. So xn can be represented by this formula: k equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into delta n minus k. Now here the value of n is starts from n equal to minus 3 and it ends with n equal to 4. Okay, so the range of the summation will starts from k equal to minus 3 to 4 x of k into delta n minus k, right? So this, now just we have to put the value of k here. So we are getting here x of minus 3 into delta minus 3 minus n, it is n minus k, so it will be delta n plus 3, right? Because here the value of k is minus 3. Okay, the value of k starts with minus 3. Now here will be x of minus 2 into delta n plus 2. Now plus x of minus 1 into delta n plus 1 plus x of 0 into delta n plus x of 1 into delta n minus 1, x of 2 delta n minus 2, x of 3 into delta n minus 3 plus x of 4 into delta n minus 4. Okay, just put all the values of x. The first value of x is 4, so 4 delta n plus 3. Now the next value is 2, so plus 2 delta n plus 2. Now x of minus 1 is minus 1, so here will be minus delta n plus 1. x of 0, the value of x of 0 is here 1. So here will be plus delta n, right? And x of 1, the value of x of 1 is 3. So plus 3 delta n minus 1, next value is 2, then 1. So 2 delta n minus 2 plus delta n minus 3, and x4 is 5. So 5 into delta n minus 4, right? So this is the expression of xn, right? Now the next topic is impulse response. Impulse response and convolution sum. Convolution, there is a new thing that is called convolution. So convolution sum. Why convolution sum? Because in the formula of convolution we are taking a summation, that's why it is called convolution sum. Now what is the impulse response of a system? Suppose this is the system, the input to the system is xn and output is yn. So yn should be written as transformation of xn. Yn is equal to transformation of xn. Okay, so here is the transformation. So there is a transformation of xn which we will get in the form of yn, right? Now yn is the response of the system when the input is xn. Now if the input to the system is delta n, what is delta n? That is unit impulse function. So if the input to the system is unit impulse function, then the response of the system is written as hn. Okay, that is called impulse response of the system. When the input of the system is unit impulse, then the response is called impulse response, and that is denoted by hn. So hn can be written as transformation of delta n, right? This thing. Now so this is called impulse response. So what is impulse response? It is the response of the system when unit impulse function is applied to the input, right? Now what is convolution? If the impulse response of a system is hn, input to the system is xn and output is yn, then yn can be expressed by xn convolution hn. This is basically convolution operator or convolution sign. Okay, so xn convolution hn. So if we know the input and impulse response of the system, then we can easily obtain the output of the system by using this convolution operator. Okay, now what is the formula of convolution? Yn equal to xn convolution hn, that can be written as k equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k h of n minus k. This is the formula of convolution. Okay, and this is called convolution operator, right? There are some properties of convolution. They are commutative property, associative property and distributive property. Okay, so commutative property is number 1, that is xn convolution hn, that is equal to hn convolution xn, just vice versa. This is commutative property. Now associative property. Associative property is xn convolution h1n convolution h2n that can be represented by xn convolution h1n convolution h2n. This is associative property and distributive property. Number 3 is distributive property that can be represented as xn convolution h1n plus h2n that will be equal to xn convolution h1n plus xn convolution h2n. So this is distributive property, right? Distributive property of convolution. Now there is another classification, that is causality. This is most important, causality of the system. So causality of the system. When a system is said to be causal, and LTI system is causal, if and only if its impulse response is 0 for negative values of n. So a system is said to be causal when its impulse response is 0 for n less than 0. Now another classification is FIR and IIR system. FIR, what is the full form of FIR? Finite impulse response. Linear time invariant systems can be classified according to FIR. Now what is FIR system? If the impulse response of the system is of finite duration, then the system is called a finite impulse response or FIR system. Example of FIR system: Hn equal to, suppose 1 for n equal to -1, 2 for n equal to 1, 3 for n equal to 0 and 3, 0 otherwise. So this is the example of FIR. Now IIR system. What is IIR system? An infinite impulse response, IIR, the full form of IIR is infinite impulse response system. Okay, an infinite impulse response system has an impulse response for infinite duration. Example of IIR system: Hn is a to the power n into un. Okay, so a to the power n is multiplied with un is basically unit step function that is of infinite duration. So this system has the impulse response of infinite duration, that's why this is called IIR system or infinite impulse response system. Now another classification is stable and unstable. Now another classification is stable and unstable system. Stable and unstable system. The necessary and sufficient condition for a system to be stable is n equal to minus summation of n equal to minus infinity to infinity mod of Hn should be less than infinity. Okay, where Hn is the impulse response of the system. So this is the necessary and sufficient condition for a system to be stable. Okay, if a system satisfies this condition, then it is said to be stable system, right? So what we learn from this video? We learn how to represent a discrete time signal in terms of a summation or in terms of a infinite duration series. Now what is impulse response? What is the convolution? How will we get the output when input and impulse response of the systems are known? What are FIR and IIR system? Stable and unstable system.